If you're watching this right now, I'm guessing downsizing has been sitting in the back of your mind for a while. Not in a neat, organized way either, but more like this quiet, persistent thought that keeps popping up when you're doing dishes or walking through your house or realizing you don't really use half the rooms the way you used to. And every time it comes up, you probably think, I know I need to deal with this, I just don't know how to start. That's something I hear almost every week from people I work with, especially seniors and families who are navigating this for the first time. I've been helping homeowners through these kinds of transitions for a long time now, and what I can tell you is this. The part that makes downsizing hard is almost never the real estate itself. It's the life tied to it. And that's something I only came to understand after walking a lot of people through this as a senior-focused real estate agent. The paperwork, the pricing, the timing, we can figure all that out. What people actually struggle with is the emotional weight underneath it. When you've lived somewhere for 20, 30, 40 years, you don't just own a home. You've built a world inside it. Your routines, your holidays, the hard seasons, the good seasons, the people you've loved and lost, the kids who grew up there, the quiet mornings and the noisy ones. That doesn't disappear just because you start looking at smaller houses online. And that's why downsizing feels so heavy for so many people, even when on paper it makes total sense. Over the years, working with seniors who are downsizing, adult children helping their parents move, and families manage big life transitions, I've seen the same pattern play out again and again. People try to treat this like a checklist. Sell the house, find something smaller, pack up, move on. It feels productive, it feels responsible, it feels like progress, right? But what that approach misses is that downsizing is a transition, not just a transaction. And when you rush a transition, it usually shows up later. I had a client a while back who had lived in her home for over 30 years. She was super smart, organized, very capable, and she thought she had everything mapped out. She told me, I just want to get this done. I don't want to sit in this stage of life for too long. So she moved quickly, she sold fast, found a smaller place, checked all the boxes. A few months later, she called me and said, nothing's wrong, but something doesn't feel settled. And when we sat down and we really talked it through, what she realized was that she never gave herself time to think about what she actually wanted in this next chapter to feel like. She just tried to get through the transition instead of move through it. That's the part people don't see until they're already on the other side. And that's why I'm always sure to truly understand my clients' needs for their transition, not just their timeline. That's also why I always slow this conversation down and ask different questions. Not just what house do we buy next, but what do you want your life to feel like now? How much space do you truly need? How much responsibility do you want to carry? How close do you want to be to family, doctors, friends, or support? When you start there, the real estate decisions become much clearer. From a real estate standpoint, this is where everything starts to line up. When someone is clear on how they want their life to look, the questions about when to sell, what to keep, how much to invest into the next home, and where to go next becomes much easier to answer. This is especially true for people downsizing after retirement or families trying to help aging parents downsize. There's often a quiet pressure like, we should handle this before it becomes a problem. And that pressure can make people move faster than they're emotionally ready for. But being proactive doesn't mean being rushed. It means being thoughtful. Another thing I see all the time is that downsizing isn't just about having less. Sometimes it's about having better. Better location, better lifestyle, better use of your time and energy. Less cleaning, less worrying, less feeling like the house owns you instead of the other way around. I've worked with people who waited years longer than they wanted to because they were afraid of the process. And I've worked with people who move too quickly and wish they had slowed down. The healthiest path is usually somewhere in the middle, where you move forward with clarity instead of fear. If you're feeling overwhelmed by all of this, it doesn't mean you're behind. It means you're human. Downsizing touches identity, security, independence, and family dynamics all at once. Of course, it feels complicated. The good news is it doesn't have to be chaotic. With the right guidance and a calm plan, this becomes a much steadier, more peaceful process. I see that happen for my clients all the time. That's why when I'm working with seniors and families, we don't start with the house. We start with the transition. Once that's steady, the real estate part becomes a tool that supports your life instead of something that controls it. If you're in Ventura County or Los Angeles County, this is exactly the kind of transition I help people navigate. And if you're elsewhere, I work with a nationwide referral network and can connect you with a trusted professional in your area. If you'd like to talk through your situation and get some clarity on what your next step could look like, you can schedule a call with my team using the link in the description. There's no pressure, just a real conversation about what makes sense for your life. Downsizing isn't about shrinking your life. It's about shaping it for the chapter you're in now. And you deserve to do that with care, not stress.